Hello, welcome people, it's me, MD14, and this is going to be the Bundesliga preview for this match day, which is match day 14. We're actually 14 match days in, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. It just feels like yesterday when Bayern Munich played against Hamburg on the first match day, which was 14 weeks ago, which is quite crazy. Not even 14 weeks, that was longer than 14 weeks ago, but let's get besides that point. Let's get into the preview for this match day. So, as always, I will talk about Bayern Munich. I will talk about Bayern's match last, just because I have more to say about that match, and I'll start with the other matches first. Today, Darmstadt versus Köln. That's a very tricky one. That's actually a very tricky one. Now, on paper, Köln should beat them, but Darmstadt at home. I'm gonna go with Köln, just because I've got that feeling. I've got that feeling that because they're really doing a good. They're really good this season in the Bundesliga. So I think that look at it, I do go with Köln. The score, however, I'll go with 2-1, so it's not going to be like a big one. I think it's going to be a very close one. 2-1. That's what I think is going to be a Good Friday, game to get us into this Bundesliga match day. Good Friday game to get us started, to get us a little bit, interested again this week. And then on Saturdays when the big matches happen, and we start with Hoffenheim versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. Gladbach. I mean, they have been fantastic. They've been absolutely fantastic ever since Favre resigned. They have been absolutely fantastic. I think they've only had one loss so far, and against TV, I was watching that match and they were absolutely amazing. The one thing that I do think they lack is like a pure a striker in the box that can make a run. Because for me, all the goals are always long range shots, which is beautiful to see, but obviously it isn't actually that fun. You look at them and you're like, okay, you have 90% possession or something or whatnot, but you can't score. All you can do is long range shots. So for me, I do think that Gladbach, they do need a striker, but obviously I think they're going to win this match. And I think it's going to be a very high scoring game, because that's just the way Gladbach have been rolling this season. So I think this match is going to end up as a 4-1 against Hoffenheim. Yes. I do see that happening. Next up, Mainz versus Eintracht Frankfurt. I honestly don't know who to go with that one. I don't know who to go with that one, so I'm gonna go with a draw. 0-0 draw, just because Mainz, they've got that little bit of extra spice that Frankfurt doesn't have, but Frankfurt, they've got that little bit of, I guess you could say, a little bit of flavour that Mainz doesn't have. I know that doesn't make sense in the slightest, but I do think it's going to be a draw. That's going to be the 0-0 draw of this match day. The only one of this match day. The only 0-0 draw of this match day. Next up, Werder Bremen versus Hamburg. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a very good match. Obviously, that's because I think that's going to be a very good one. And honestly, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I do think Hamburg is going to win that match. I honestly can't believe I'm saying that, but I do think Hamburg's going to win that match 2-1, which is a little bit crazy, because if you would have asked me last season, is Hamburg going to win a single match of the season, I would have said no. But this season, they've just transformed, so I was right last week when I said that they would win against Dortmund. I was right, just because Hamburg always beat Dortmund. It doesn't matter if Dortmund is the best team. It doesn't matter. Literally, it wouldn't matter if Dortmund won the Champions League, won the Bundesliga, won the DFB Pokal. If they play against, beating all the teams 20-0, if they play against Hamburg, they'd still lose. That's just the way it is. So I was right last week. I deserve praise for that. I do deserve praise. But I think they're going to win against Werder Bremen 2-1. So Hamburg, you better not disappoint me. I do think you're going to win 2-1. Next up, Hannover 96 versus Ingolstadt. Ingolstadt is away, so that's what I think they're going to win. It's literally that easy. They're away. They're going to win. It's that simple. 2-0. Boom. Then we got into the Sunday games. Dortmund versus Stuttgart. Dortmund have lost the last two games. Stuttgart, they've been pretty good actually. I believe they won the last game. So I do think it's basically, I don't know, it's normally on paper it would be a mismatch, but looking at form, I'm gonna go with Stuttgart. I'm gonna go with Stuttgart on that one. I think it's gonna be a 1-0 win, a very close one, but a 1-0 win. But next up, Augsburg versus Stuttgart, which for me is going to be one of the biggest games of this weekend. And looking at Augsburg, they've choked against Athletic Bilbao in the Europa League. I was watching that match. They were up for 70 minutes. They were winning. I think it was 2-1 or 3-1 or something. And then within 2 minutes, they conceded 2 goals and lost that match. So Wolfsburg, they've won, but they aren't that convincing in the Champions League, but I think Wolfsburg is just much better than Augsburg, and that's why I'm gonna go with Wolfsburg for that one. I do think Wolfsburg is gonna win that match, and I do think that match is gonna be a 3-0 for Wolfsburg. But then last but not least, Bayer Leverkusen versus Schalke 04, one of the biggest matches, the biggest match of this weekend, and both teams aren't bad in the Bundesliga. But looking at the form, Bayer Leverkusen, they just concede goals. That's basically what they do. They concede goals and score goals, whereas Schalke, they create chances. So it's going to be an interesting match, and I think that's going to be a very high-scoring draw. I just don't see a winner in that match. I think both teams are chokers, in the sense of that both teams, they don't know how to keep a lead in the best way to put it. So I think that match is going to end up as a 3-3 score draw. But let's actually get into Bayern Munich versus Hertha Berlin, and Costa is out. The news came in today that he is injured, that he is out for this match, and he might be doubtful for the match against Gladbach. So it's nothing serious, but he's going to be out for that match. Robben, he is potentially out as well. Alaba, obviously he's out as well. We know that already. Götze, he's still not training, so he's still out. Thiago out. So you're looking at the lineup. You know, you look seriously damaged in attack. So I do think we're gonna play as a 4-3-3, and I do think like our left back, that's gonna be a problem. Like who we're gonna play as a left back, because obviously Bernat is out. Alaba is now injured, so I think like Rafinha will play as a left back like he did last week. As to the two centre backs, I don't know who Pep's gonna go with. Boateng is always one of the main centre backs, because let's face it, he's our best centre back, and he's the best centre back. So Boateng, and I do think Benatia is gonna play, just because Benatia hasn't been played much lately. So Benatia and Boateng, and do after like 60 minutes or so, Batsheva will come in just to have actually no, Batsheva got a red card. No, that was in the Champions League. I'm totally off right now. But yeah, I do think Batsheva is going to play a few minutes here and there. So maybe Benatia and Batsheva. That'd be interesting to see. And a right back, obviously Lam. Then the three midfielders at Vidal, Alonso, and Kimmich. Either Kimmich or Javi. One of them two. Either Kimmich or Javi. And then the three frontmen, I do see Coman, Lewandowski, and Müller. Obviously, you can see how much we've been depleted in attack. That we have to play Coman, Lewandowski, and Müller, and not with actual two wingers, instead with like two attackers and one winger. So Vidal is going to be very important in that match. I do think that his passing and him helping Coman, him helping Müller really succeed on the wings is going to be very key in this match, and that's what I think is going to happen. But what do I think about score prediction? We're playing at home. We've got a terrific record at home, so this match is going to be a very high-scoring match. But for some reason, I see Hertha Berlin get a goal. So call me crazy, but I see it being a 6-1. Yes, I know it's too high a score. It's too high of a score for it to be realistically plausible, but I still think it's going to be a 6-1. I just have that feeling inside. But I mentioned it last week. If you can get, tell me your prediction in the comment section down below. If you can get that right, if you can get, it's really raining outside, but if you can get that right, and if you can get the score right for every single match, and I check every single comment, and if you get it all right, you'll get this book, Pep Guardiola, Pep Confidential. It's basically the book about his first season at Bayern Munich. It has a few pictures as well inside, like woo, yeah, woo, woo, yeah, woo, woo. But yeah, if you can get all the results right and all the scores right, that is for you, and that goes for anywhere in the world. So let's see who gets it right. But as always, people live with Mizm TV. As always, you can rate, comment, favorite, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. As always, people rate, comment, favorite, subscribe. Peace out and have a nice day.